Paul, since the war started, and we all know that you're a musician, you are an artist,
Yes.
you are also a volunteer. How does your average day look like since the war started?
In fact, I don't feel myself like a volunteer. I feel myself like a normal human who help someone in difficulty. Well, like people help me when I have some moment in my life, some difficulty. Now, I do my best at that for help just Ukraine to succeed in all, and it's terrible what happened right now. So one of my days, it's like a crazy thing, really. I don't wish you to to be myself. I wake up, I rush everywhere. I try to find, for example, I try to find protection for soldier. I try to close the sky with the European Parliament. I try to record some album. I try to be creative. No, it's a lot of different things.
Where are you now? Are you in Kyiv, in Lviv?
I'm in Lviv.
You are in Lviv. And do you still perform arts? Do you still work as an artist?
Yes, look, in fact, I'm in a hotel room, but anyway, I have...
You have a studio there?
Yes, in fact, when the war began, a little bit before it's begin like hard, because the war began 8 years ago, I try to find the conception for have a studio with me always. So I have that always with me, and when I have 2 minutes, I try to record something.
May I ask you, what made you change your decision, like most of people who came from other country evacuate, leave Ukraine, and what made you change your decision to stay in Ukraine?
But because I fight 7 years with Ukrainian for, I fight, we protect in Ukraine, we don't fight, we just protect ourselves from someone. My position, I have like a very strong position for Ukraine. I believe in Ukraine. I have a Ukrainian daughter, so also I love Ukrainian. I love Ukraine. I can't live without Ukraine. For that, I want that she will be always. It's all natural, like it will be really look so bad, if I will rush like away. No, I decide to stay, but I'm not very cool with automat, but I'm very cool with counter-propaganda, например. With a lot of different things which I understand and which I try to explain to Europe, for example, because they don't understand nothing about that war. It's what I understand. So, in fact, I'm Ukrainian and I fight with Ukraine. That's all.
Paul, actually, now the whole world is supporting Ukraine tremendously. I mean, average citizens. On the other hand, we see that Western governments, their support is sort of partial. As a European citizen, what do you feel towards Western politicians? And if you currently have an opportunity to address them, what would you like to say to them?
But in fact, I have a lot of friends with who I grew up, who right now are one is minister in Belgium, another is political, another is European deputy. Me, I just supply them, even. Enfin, supply, I will never supply, but I want to tell them that imagine that you walk in Paris or Brussels or Montreal or Washington and bam, you hear like alarm. And that alarm, it's mean like some plane fly under Lviv, Kiev. But I mean, it's terrific, really, when you don't know that it's... me, I'm not impressed about that because nothing from Russia impressed me or something. But it's true, something like that. I'm really not afraid about them. But I mean, it's terrible to, in 2022, at 70 kilometers of the border of Europe, that one plane with bomb can fly under Lviv. That's, for me, really like a nonsense, totally. And also, I want to tell them that they don't feel themselves totally guilty to let child die, for example. I don't know. I think that European, me, when I learn in school, we always learn that we must to protect who is more... For example, you have the strong and you have the more less strong. We always learn the big European principles to help the little in front of the big, And all the principles which I learned, I understand that it was a big joke, in fact. It's don't work like that. Also, I want to ask them to stop to hide themselves to like if they will help Ukraine, they will provoke the Third World War. I want to tell them that the Third World War should already begin, because in Ukraine, we don't have just one Russia here. We have Syria, we have Chechnya, we have Belarus and Russia. 4 countries in front of Ukraine. No, I'm very proud to be here right now with Ukrainians. That's all. And anyway, we will win. Europe will help or not. The only thing I want to ask them is really close the sky, because the sky open like that is killed child, is killed babusia, dedushka. It's very terrible to see that. And so just close the sky, because it's just human to do that. And if you are civilly, no, if you are, if still is someone normal in Europe, you will just close the sky. I don't know what is the problem.
Do you think that average Europeans, they fully realize the scale of the problem in Ukraine?
No.
Do they have awareness?
They are very far of that, you know. In fact, I do few interview with European Union, with army also in. They don't understand nothing, you know, and something happened in their brain, in their mind, that when I try to explain them, for 5 minutes they understand, but anyway, after they come back to the mind, for the mind they had before. It's very strange things, you know. For example, yesterday, I tried to explain before yesterday, what is private sector. And the Russian propaganda work on the way that it's a bad right side part of Ukraine, but also I understand that all is bad in Ukraine, you understand? But me, I live in Ukraine and I don't think nothing wrong. I just see beautiful country with amazing people, with amazing culture, language, all that. And when I speak with them, we just don't understand each other, because me, I live here and I explain them what I lived. I didn't see racism. I didn't see nothing bad, never. I didn't see never one Nazi, one fanat of Hitler, for example. I didn't see that kind of people which they describe me. And I try to explain them, you know what, there in Russia, it's a big machine. Propaganda, in other words. When you have war, you have propaganda. And it's where the world lose totally the game. They just begin to understand. For they will begin, exactly, it will take time. But I'm afraid that it will be too late. They must understand right now, in fact.
May I ask you?
So they don't understand that.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
I just want to ask you, so it looks like informational war was actually won by Russian this time, yes. At least for now. So what do you think? What is your opinion of what could change this situation? What can be done?
It's already not Russian win that, because me, I understand that propaganda. I know how she works. I make a thèse about that. I destroy that propaganda. But you know what?
I mean, in Russia, at least they won, because people think they're doing right thing. In Ukraine, Nazis, you know.
Yes. But because in fact, it's like a little game, you know. Putin, for example, speak about a big bomb who will come in Europe, and that Europe believe that and are totally afraid about that bomb. But I mean, it's a lot of very bad decisions they take, because in fact, Russia played a game like. We will not come to Europe. We will not come to Ukraine. We will not take Donbass. We will not take Crimea. We will not take nothing. And they will go to the end of Portugal, you understand? It's the tactic. But it's so little, you know? Like, in fact, Europe can't understand that it can happen. And in fact, they must really, I don't know how many analysts there in the French service, in the England service can work on that, but they still don't understand that. They continue to have some sympathy, you understand? Some terrific sympathy, but they have sympathy for Putin.
Wow.
I mean, me, if I will be the president of France, I will refuse to speak with him. I will tell never in my life I speak with that guy. And another thing, how is possible to speak with him? He lie.
Yeah.
He's a mafioso. And also, he began to be crazy. How you can talk with a crazy person? If I will be the French president, I will ask to speak with someone with who I can discuss for stop the war, because no, it's impossible just to like that. And it's Ukraine pay all, because Europe protect herself like that. No, okay, we give you guns, we give you something, we will help you with material. But it's your war, it's not our war. And when I listen to that, I thought, but you know that just Ukraine protects you just right now. If it would be another country here, if it would be Poland, it will be the same for Poland. Also, the Russian army begin to come very close to another country there. No, me, I'm afraid that they will understand a little bit too late. I mean, I think in 1 week, if nothing moves, I will go alone in the European Parliament and scream there, because I can do that. But I mean, they will believe me or not. But I have some fact that I understand all that already, and you know, it's very bad that they are just afraid about him.
But on the level of politicians, your friends, do you feel that at least they have this understanding, the scale of the danger?
You know what? In fact, the society is a little bit big fake, and all around the world, you know, because I will speak a little bit about that because it's important to understand that already right now. I mean, this war, she provoked something, and she provoked a lot of different questions. I think we are wrong in all for 30,000 years, you know. Any system work for people. Any system make us totally happy, and I mean, it's a big chance to be human, to be here right now, to can eat, can speak, can think, can talk. And you have some people who want to destroy that. I mean, Ukraine right now, she give a very big example, like with the system after Maidan. People help each other after communism, after all the neighbors who have Ukraine. And after Maidan, really something happened that they can scold between each other, Ukrainian, but if they need to help each other, they will always help each other. And it looks simple what I say, but that's the way to live. Just we are here for help each other. No, if I know better, no, something like that. The second thing, I think I have. You know, it's terrible. I hate to tell some kind of stuff like that, but I understand that I understand, and they don't understand. Can you imagine? They are ministers, they are presidents, and I understand, and I try to explain them, but I explain again about propaganda, culture, Kievska Rus, always the same things, you know. They can't understand what happened. They don't understand what happened. I mean, maybe we must to come in a European Parliament with a little daughter who died already and put that daughter in the hand of the president of Europe and tell, no, you will close the sky now, because maybe tomorrow will be your daughter. I mean, the way I think is to afraid them totally. You understand what I mean? To tell, like, look on your little daughter and look on Russian soldier who will kill her, and you will see the blood go. I mean, it's terrible to tell that, but it's what happened in Ukraine and what they don't understand totally. From the moment they will not see that, I don't know. It's crazy totally.
Do you think it is, what is it actually? Is it lack of empathy, lack of knowledge, pure selfishness? What is the reason of such an understanding, such a misunderstanding actually?
Misunderstanding, I think, you know, me, if I want to understand something, I understand something. If I don't want to understand, I will not understand.
You investigate and you learn.
Yeah, but I mean, there it's a lot, you know, like of... it's what I tell you. It's not the good person on the right place. For example, but I'm a little bit afraid to tell that, but I'm sure I'm right, you know. For example, I remember how Emmanuel Macron make his electoral campaign. He do all like a PR manager, but he don't do nothing like a president, you understand? A president of France, a country like France, he must be here already, because always France was an example for that, you know. And in France, we have that problem, like have Ukraine right now, with a lot of neighbors who want to take our country. And Louis XIV create Versailles for that, for show the French power, for example, for show the French culture, for show the French language, the French mode, the French idea, and all that was constructed in Versailles. And it's worked for France a lot. I mean, for me, it's absolutely. You know what? I'm still shocked that Europe are not still. I'm not, because you know what? The country is solved if one just president decide to show for Putin his force. And with Ukrainian, of course, they will go out. But I mean, really, you really ask a good question. Why? Just why? Why they don't move? They're afraid, I think.
May I ask you, are you watching French TV, and what they show? Are they really showing, like, reflecting the situation in Ukraine, show the bomb city, or just give a quick short report?
No. I was, in fact, I don't look too much, but I was in a few interviews there with a lot of people, with the general of French Legend, for example, was there another time, another one. But again, they don't understand. They try, but they don't understand what happened.
So they don't see it on TV, what's going on?
They discuss, they discuss. No, they see. That this is the most, but this is also crazy for me, like, it's like we are here in Ukraine and all the world, look how they kill us, But we are strong also, we get them out. No, sometimes they, sometimes me. But what I want to say is, like, it looks like really something they don't catch. They don't catch that it's a real war, for example. For example, but I mean, all that, it's because of that. How I can tell you, they show that the building are destroyed, that Kharkiv are destroyed, that Irpin. But when I speak with journalists, for example, I explain them, like, what is Irpin? In Irpin, you have all the hospital where with people who, for example, lose hand on mine. You have all that kind of stuff. You have all the veteran of war there. I mean, for what they was so cruel in Irpin, and for what you don't talk about that. I mean, you are a journalist, or you must know for what they come to Irpin and not to Boyarka, not to another. Why they come immediately there? Because it's all the veteran of the war there. And also it was a little example for the reconstruction of Ukraine. Irpin c'est дуже гарне місто. Really, I cry when I see that, because I make a concert in Irpin где рік тому. And I'm sure that soon I will go in France and explain for them what happened in Ukraine. Because I think it's army, like... I think maybe I must go with one man from army and just explain and show what I see for 7 years, for example. Maybe it will work.
May I ask you?
Well, I know that.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay.
I will ask.
All right. So I know in United States about 73% of citizens support Ukraine and they want to close sky and give all weapons, but President banned it. President Biden just stopped. Even Polish and Czech and all European countries, they wanted to give all military planes, maybe you heard of it, to close the sky. And President Biden stopped this help. I just wanted to, just wondering how regular people in France and Europe that were you aware of how people, are they supporting Ukraine the same way, or just governments stopping it, or just how it goes there?
It's exactly the same situation, like a lot of people write me like so good things, and a lot of people begin to help so much, they give what they can, they give clothes, they give food.
Mm-hmm. So politicians stop this.
Yes, but but there is a big problem, because it's people vote for a president, and the president must listen people. No? This is the principle of democracy.
Supposed to be.
No, we must check it, because maybe they don't write already democracy. You understand? Maybe they write like semi-democracy. But it's incredible. Just in France, for example, it's a big movement, very big movement. And I saw, for example, a few channels who really do all what they can for help, also with information and all that. I saw people write me incredible things, about Ukraine. And yes, we have the same, like people are really, but why they don't go there? I mean, so someone don't want just.
Yeah, Ukrainian actually, they don't really ask for like soldiers on the ground, boots on the ground. They're asking just all these 40 years old jets. And actually Ukraine had all this military capacity before United States, Great Britain, and Arab, as you know, 1994 Budapest Memorandum. So it's just asking at least something. Putin would never invade Ukraine if
Yes.
Ukraine had all that weapons. But
Yes.
now we see now
Now it's too late.
Yeah, and it gives bad signal for other country because politics in the world, this agreement worth nothing if something happen.
It's exactly yes. It's exactly for that I told you that we need really not to just stop that war, to create a new system for. But I mean, it's not normal that we live one life which we don't want to live. For example, it's our life. We are. Yeah, it's not philosophy. You understand? I mean, we are in one moment, or we can change something also. You know, because with that big terrible war, really. From that war must to born from Ukraine the new idea, you understand? Because you have all that. Me, I see that. I feel that Ukraine will create something. I always tell before that Ukraine one day will be an example for all the world. But I don't want that example with war. It's very cool, but I mean, I'm inside also that war. But I want to. Ukrainians are so cool when you look on all the world. They are the only people who stay free, you understand? Here, I didn't feel never so big freedom in my life than in Ukraine, you understand? And here it's war. But for that, I fight also, you know, because I know how much it's important to Ukraine stay. And not only, I mean, they're crazy to let that happen because one day someone will pay for that. Europe will pay for that. A priest today write a comment for me, but a very serious priest, and he write like that, like they refuse to close the sky, but who is the boss of the sky? Also answer for Europe something.
Yes, everybody is aware who is the boss. Actually, we count of this boss of the sky very much right now, and we are asking for his help every day. Paul, I know that a lot of Ukrainian colleagues, I mean singers, artists, they recorded some videos addressing Russians, though they later claimed probably it was all in vain because they would never understand us.
No.
Do you think they were doing the right thing? And are you aware? No, you don't
no,
think
but
it
me,
is
I scream in Ukraine that you know, like don't go to sing in Russian. Money is nothing. You are artist. You have a more big mission than just take money from Russia. I mean, and also.
No, I'm talking not about going to Russia, but addressing Russians. Like, for instance, Ivan Lenyo from Kazakh Systems, he recorded a video where he addressed Russians and he was like trying to wake them up and to saying just stop killing us, you are sane people, and I still believe that you can be sane people. Do you think it is best try and do it like this, or
you know
it's
what?
probably
In fact,
too late?
I understand that on that war we are just three who really fight from the beginning to today, really, and it's possible to see that it's Sergei of Bezobmezhen. He really he go, but he's amazing, really. And we all have our style. It's cool because we support each other right now. Це Тарас Антитіла.
Тарас Чубай?
Так.
Антитіла, yes, I know. It's not Чубай.
Так, і я. І ми тільки три такі. Вакарчук, то... Yes, but I don't see him in real do something. Maybe he did, but I think
he got. I saw the.
He make a video, but I mean in real.
Yes, he made a video, and he was addressing Russians and just saying them.
But you know what? In fact, I tell that three example me, Antitila, Bezobmezhen, because we don't wait for that happen for do something.
Oh, yeah, I see.
We continue alert, and you know. It's not the best way to sing a song about war when you want to have tour, when you want that. But I mean, we are just three who really go to the end of artists, you understand? Like protect with art, protect with music, protect with gun also. But I mean, I'm proud about them, you know, because, for example, right now, what can be cool? It's like a Bezobmezhen and Antitila will run around the world and explain the situation. Because when diplomacy don't work, when already the fight go, you still have just artists who can try to explain something. I mean, but real artists, you know. And I think Sergei and Taras is two persons who really can also go to European Parliament and try to do something. Or they can. I mean, why Russia? Why they don't invite artists in Ukraine to fight with Ukraine, for example? Because all that kind of sting. For example, I want to tell you something. I think it's not cool what I see that right now, only right now, all that DiCaprio, Robbie Williams, all the big stars begin to love Ukraine and to support Ukraine. But where they was for 8 years. Really.
Guys.
Yeah.
But I'm angry about that because, it's really make me angry because it's the role of artists, peace, preserve peace. I also have a big question. What do the chief of the Catholic, because he's the ambassador of peace.
I also have a lot of questions.
Me, I had one idea, and I really now, I'm disappointed about myself to don't realize that I did to the end. I wanted to take him here and to make that step, from the Ukrainian part to Russian part, you understand, and to maybe try, if we don't have any chance anymore, to stop that war. No, all is so difficult when we talk about Ukraine right now. We can, but we don't. We have all, but we will not give. It's your war, it's not our war. It's a big nonsense. But yes, someone must to react really, because it can be bad. So, sorry, I speak so much.
How would you describe the situation in Lviv, in Ukraine? How people react to the war? How they behave? What would you say? In Lviv, here they don't joke. They don't joke. They take all that serious from a long time ago. They are ready totally, and but they are relaxed, like in Lviv. In Lviv, it's always mood like that. But the alarm. It's crazy things really. When I was in Kiev, when I'm right now in Lviv, the alarm make panic a little bit. But I mean panic, but anyone don't show that, anyone don't talk about that. It's like with big dignity show. No, atmosphere are not bad, in fact. It's like Lviv, but in war situation. That's all. But people are cool, people are like usual. They help each other a lot, they smile for each other. A lot of positive in street, and we know that we will win just. And so it's just question of time, but I mean in Lviv, they really know that. So no panics, no crime spike, nothing like that.
No. You must care about hotel or apartment when you rent that.
Mm-hmm.
You have like some people who do some bad stuff. Like they promise to rent apartment, you send money, but you don't see never the apartment. That's all. But they are not Ukrainian. It's like some. I forget from where they are, but yes.
Well, you have to be careful in any countries. There are a lot of scams everywhere.
For me, it don't happen, but I hear that a lot. Yes, sorry.
Unfortunately. And what is your opinion? What do you think Ukrainian needs the most right now to get their victory, to get, to fight successfully and, get rid of Russians? What do you think is the most important?
Me, I think that Ukraine already win, because one moment it will explode all that. We just need to it will not explode like a war, but I mean one moment all will that energy of war, all that, one moment it will really explode. And I think that Ukraine, how she resists right now, how we resist right now, it's like just crazy. It's like the 300 Spartan. Long time ago, they come from everywhere, but anyway, we are here. I think one moment anyway we will need help, an army but me, I believe in Ukrainian. You understand that I know something. I know that they are strong, and I know that they are ready, and I know that really Russians they go back when they see Ukrainian. Really, I saw that some of my friends sent video that how they go back to Russia. I mean, it's a disaster for also the Russian mother who don't understand nothing about that. Putin, he sent here little guy of 18 years, 20 years, 21 years on first line. That's crazy also, because Ukrainians are kind, and they don't want to kill, they don't want Daja to shoot them. But one moment is war, is them or him. But so I think Putin must die. This is for sure, because it's already too much, and that person don't deserve to live anymore, because he paid for international terrorism. He worked for the, I don't know in English, destabilizatie Nazi, ale kожен. He's really a demon, you understand? It's him. Must to just kill him, because I want to ask all the Russian people, if you want to live free one moment in your life, you know, we are angry on Putin and we protect our country is normal. But anyway, if you have the possibility to take back your freedom, like we do in Ukraine with Maidan, for example, you will feel really good, because freedom is very nice, you know. And that man who is the president of your country for 24 years, he's not already a normal person. And you don't have, enfin, Russian right now don't have absolutely good notification in the world. She don't have good reputation. Anyone don't want to speak anymore with Russian. I mean, it's the last chance for Russia. It's not the last chance for Ukraine. And you know, it's for that I tell you that for me, Ukraine, she already win all. He just resist now, resist at all, and listen. Це буде Україна, точно.
Well, I know that you always predicted prosperous future to Ukraine, and I am absolutely sure that you will predict it again. But in terms of our northern neighbor, how would you predict Ukrainian and Russian relationship after the war, and what should we do after the war?
Which relationship can be with the country? For first, they will tell sorry. For second, they will give back what they stole. You know what? In fact, I want to explain like that. You know, my mother, she always teach me, my father too. You know, when I was 5, 6, 7 years, you know, and I didn't know what it was, stole something. I just take something. But she teach me like when I take something and it's not mine, I give back and I take, and I must to say sorry. That's the minimum. After the compensation, I don't know which one, but forgive Russia, I think. I don't know how it's possible. But I mean, people are not. You know, you must understand it's. Enfin, I understand that it's the crazy president to really make his people like that, but I'm not sure also anymore, because they also don't fight. You know, I mean, we have the choice to do something or not. So I think the discussion must be very, very. But we'll see if Russia exists. Because maybe Russia will not be very soon. I think it's the way it must be, you know. Because in fact, he's not so much smart that Volodya. He's not so much smart because he make a deal with China and with China. No, I think they will fight for Russia with China to the end of conflict. So for that, I think that for first, I want that Europe will tell thank you for Ukraine a lot. Даже на коліна. Тому що це вже 8 років сама Україна де це робить. And all Ukraine tell like, it will have to, you will have to come to help us, because after it's for you. They don't come to help. I mean, I don't know how to explain that really. Or maybe I too much explain that, but I think that Ukraine will be just an example for all the world, will create all new, will get out Russia from here, and maybe alone really, because enfin, I speak with all the brigade, and they are strong, really, they are really strong, and they are ready to fight for Ukraine, you know. And, you know, it's a moment, crucial, really important moment right now for Ukraine, because it's right now Ukraine construct Ukraine, you know, that history with Russia, how Russia get out from Ukraine, and the little Ukraine. No, so it will be in 10,000 years, people will talk about that. But yeah, I speak like that, but I believe in Ukraine. I mean, it's all that, or we all die, you know? Or Ukraine win, or it's finished. I think like that, because if Russia win, but I don't know how, it's terrible, because it's world domination with China immediately. Because Europe, they can do what they want, but they are not so strong also, you know? For that, they must to help right now. America also must to help. But that's so strange, really, that all the world look on us and anyone don't do nothing, really. I don't know how it's possible. Это что-то не то внутри. Все на телевидении, all look on the TV how Ukrainians die. in 2020. No, that's enfin, it's me or it's not normal.
Of course, I think it's not normal, but we can say like Poland, Polish people, they really help Ukrainians. They took almost 2 million of refugees. Yes, and other country also took a lot, but in general, other country who like superpower, United States and everything, unfortunately not. They didn't even let people to come. Ukrainian not yet. They're talking about this. And it's really a shame. We live in the United States. We can do nothing also because this government is really corrupt, and it's so unfortunate. They're trying to talk to Putin to make deal in Iran with nuclear.
But it's impossible to talk with crazy person.
So
I mean you can't anyone can talk with him anymore.
No, actually, American government trying to make nuclear deal with Iran. Probably you don't know, and it's a shame in this time during war.
Yes, I hear.
And they're trying to make nuclear deal, and they talk to Russian to help him, to help Biden administration. It's really a shame that's happening right now in.
No, but it mean life. It's already nothing for that kind of people. I mean, life. It's all the beauty of all what we are. It's life, just.
Yes, and I think all these politicians should go with your opinion. Most of them anyway, and in United States.
Yes. But I mean, yes. The only way it's like people take back them rights. You understand? Because all is too. I don't know. I'm a normal person, and I think really in the right way. And when I see all that, I'm just like, I begin to write. No, I don't see that Ukrainians don't do that. But I don't care. In fact, for example, what happened in Ukraine right now is cool because it's not like I do or he do. It's like, oh, you do because you understand, you do. He do his part. Each one do his part, And without any conflict, who is better in one thing, do the things, That's, for example, a new system. I mean, it's the base of all, For example, for what you want to be singer if you can't sing? It means it's not your things. No, you want to be singer for be popular. But you are not a singer. You don't must to be popular, You have that kind of natural way, which we must to come back absolutely. Because, in fact, with the television, with all that things which happen for 100 years, we lose totally the base of all what we are. It means us and other. And I don't know, for one have soul, for one who is normal, who understand what is feeling, what is person, how milliard years it was for just we are here to talk right now on phone. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that we tell for Napoleon that we will have one day an iPhone? And today we are on that war again and again and again, and the history come back and come back and come back for 1,000 and 1,000 years, and anyone don't understand nothing about that. So we are wrong in all, and this time it's time to understand that and to correct that, because we can, us, we all have I think we all have a big responsibility, because in fact I think we born all with capacity, all the same. After someone develops something, another develop another. All that president ministry, for me, it's a big fake, because I don't see never too much so big person who fight for people, you understand? Mandela was like, yes, let's go. Zelensky zaraz, Boże, jaki president. But really, on the last 100 years, was really not so much big person like that. Charles de Gaulle was like that. But I mean, what we must to come back to ourselves, human, and not like think we are something or someone else. Also, I want to say that can you imagine all that budget, all the money which government give for army? I think we can count some milliard, 1,000 milliard. Can you imagine if that 1,000 milliard will be for make our life better, for make our life more long? I think you see how much it's in that we are absolutely wrong. Enfin, we can talk with each other. I mean, we can care about who have problem, and that's all. That's the base of all. Just without all that kind of.
But
sorry.
if you don't have this money for military like France or look Ukraine, what happened? There is a crazy guy, and you have to. Unfortunately, you have to have. At least for now, when we have Putin, we have other country, China. You can avoid this, unfortunately. And this
Yeah,
Ukraine
I
is
give
paying
all
for this mistake, because Ukrainians thought they are peaceful people, they're peaceful nation. They gave all nuclear warheads. They had about 2,000. And they
Yes.
gave everything. They signed agreement. We're gonna be protected by United States, Great Britain, even China signed it later on, and
Really?
Russia, of course. And 1994.
Oh.
And you see,
Russia signed,
so you can
whatever.
make, unfortunately, you can make mistake and don't spend money on
Incredible.
military. Unfortunately, and France shouldn't make this mistake, and not any country in Europe, because it's gonna be the same story as in Ukraine right now, I think.
But I mean, kill each other. Can you imagine that? For what?
Well,
Just
it's
fun.
crazy, but you know, you still have to resist and stand up for your
I do.
life, for your freedom. There is no
I
other
do.
way, unfortunately. You have to pay with your blood to be free. Unfortunately, Ukraine is showing
Yes.
that right now, or you will be a
Yes.
slave.
No.
There is another.
we will never here be slave. Or we die all together.
Yeah, I know
but,
Ukraine already winning, and it will win, and I pray that victory will happen really soon. What you would could tell for Ukrainian diaspora and people abroad? What would you suggest them?
I want, по-перше, слава Україні.
Слава.
I think that it's very nice to see that we are all together right now, you know, because it's the moment of our life, like Ukrainian right now. And in fact, it's like so big disaster, but after that, it will be so cool, I know. After that will be Ukraine like we imagine Ukraine, you know, like one of the most powerful countries of that planet who will who will have a big influence on all. And I think that I feel very proud to be Ukrainian already. I feel very proud to make that fight right now with all the Ukrainian. I want to tell really thank you for all the Ukrainians which I meet in my life, because they really changed my life. Ukraine changed my life. And only in a good way. I want to wish for all my friends in the front line to be strong, держи, все буде добре. Дякую вам за захід. Ви просто неймовірно людей, і це великий честь для мене зараз к вам. І я поможу, як я можу, а якщо можна більше, я завжди і назавжди поруч. Also, from the moment, that's all.
Дуже дякуємо. Well, and if you allow me one last sort of personal question.
Sure.
What is the message of your mother to you right now when you communicate during war? What did she say to you?
My mother, she feel pride. She feel very pride because you know, in fact, really, yes. People think that I'm totally crazy to stay here, but me, I tell them it's crazy too. Don't come here. What like that? But I mean, she was always proud about me. But right now, I feel that you know, she feel like first she understands. She know what kind of man I am. Also, you know, that I don't. I go to the end of all. You know? So she respect what I do, and she don't interfere on that. And she's afraid that I will die or something like that, but she know for what I fight also, and she agree with that. But I don't have like so big a relationship with my mother also, because you know, I'm totally free, and it's difficult to be my mother. I think
Absolutely.
It must be yes. I try to be a good son, but I'm not always like I must be. And but I have my fight and my idea, and when God just give you something for change something, you just do your mission, and that's all. And she understand that, in fact. And but no, really, she feel pride. I'm just, you know what, I'm disappointed that my father, he don't see that. Well, he see that from another sky, but I mean, he will feel very proud, because you know, my father, when begin the war with Hitler and Mussolini, my grandfather organized a little revolution in Sicilia. Wow. For yes, you see me?
It was like a rising upheaval, right?
Yes. And in fact, after the regime of Mussolini wanted to take them, and he go to Belgium. But I mean, we have that kind of ID to resistance.
You have it in your DNA.
Yeah, you have it in your
Yes.
genes.
Sure.
You are really brave man, and really
We are together.
we really
And you are
appreciate
some
everything
Ukrainian
you do for
You must
Ukraine.
watch some Ukrainian.
Разом до перемоги. І
Разом
після
до
перемоги.
перемоги.
І після.
Well, thank you so very much.
Thank
It
you.
was just a terrific talk. I enjoyed it very much, and I loved it indeed. Thank you so much. And then,
Thank
if
you.
you have other questions, because
No,
I'm
I just
done
wanted
with
to thank you
this.
one more time for your bravery, for your support of
thanks.
Ukrainian, and also for your time. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you to invite me. It's honor for me always to be invited. So thanks a lot.